Okay, perfect. Alright, so we'll go through the lanes quickly. Just while you're back in the game,
Yeah,
because there's some pretty interesting lanes. Okay, pretty interesting lanes coming out from Fnatic especially. They're actually running a dual lane with Fly on the Crystal Maiden supporting Era, who's playing the Pugna on that mid lane. We do see No-Tail on top lane actually going on to Ace there, just doing a bit of harassment, but he's on that Juggernaut playing support. Well, it's kind of a support-ish Juggernaut, I suppose. And Hani is going to be farming the top lane on the Invoker. And of course, off lane is going to be Trixie on the Elder Titan.
interesting. And of course on the bottom lane we have Crit harassing out Trixie right now on the Leshrac. We have Unicorn Xoxo aka Chew on the Nagasira. In the jungle doing some shenanigans we have Mini on the Nyx Assassin. In the mid lane, of course, Exist handling the Outwork Devourer. Which leaves, of course, Ace on the top lane on the Timbersaw.
Haste.
Alright. So, looks
Alright,
like
so
there's some rotation. Look at that. Big damage onto Ace actually. Fly just deploying the Nova right there. Oh, it's just not enough. Very, very close. Reactive Armor helping out tremendously there. Could have been the first blood. But Ace, very smart picking up the Timber Chain on level 2.
Yeah, Timber Chain usually is a pretty good pickup. Reactive Armor, you don't really need Reactive Armor and Timber Chain. You don't really need the Whirling Death until a couple of levels later, maybe level 5, I would say. I mean, or level 4 and level 5, especially when you're versing an offlane like this. I mean, he can't really go forward and harass Hani at all. Actually, in mid lane, Exist is taking a huge amount of damage. He's being forced to bottle crow, I would assume. Yeah, he is. And that's definitely something that he needs to be doing against his lane, which I was going to say, this is a really nice lane coming out from Fnatic. I mean, Era is going to be falling slightly behind on experience, but it doesn't really matter all that much because they're going to be able to just harass this tower down. Outworld Devourer has got virtually no ability to defend the tower. And of course, if Outworld Devourer does decide to go forward and get a trap off on someone, like we saw a second ago, he's either just going to get decrepifyed and blasted if he traps the Crystal Maiden, or the Crystal Maiden will turn around and Frostbite and Crystal Nova him. So they've got, well, actually, they're going in. They are going to be just decrepifying him and blasting him, and Fly's out of mana, so not able to use a Frostbite, but still, there is nothing much that Exist can do in this mid lane. He's just going to be kind of sitting back, getting experience and bottle crowing as much as he can, I would assume.
Yeah, it's very hard for an OD and...
Oh, Ace on top lane, actually.
Wow.
Oh, he's going to be right, never mind, sorry.
That was a lot of damage.
Using Cold Snap and Juggernaut Spin.
Okay, cool. Well,
combo.
thing is, of course, if we actually have oh, wait a minute. Oh, and he's taken so much damage. And he's not... this could be kind of close. If actually Ace would have went for something there, he could have maybe taken the kill just because there were so many creeps onto Hani. Speaking of kills, now Mini actually rotated to the mid lane. He's getting frostbitten up. And Era as well as Fly are actually completely out of mana. And oh, on the bottom lane, meanwhile, Trixie feeding the first blood.
Gracious be.
Now Ace on the top lane. No-Tail is actually waiting in the wings as he's got a spin ready and they could just try to go here onto Ace, but... Well, of course, he has the Timber Chain, so... Can't really kill him.
Yeah, I mean, they could go for a kill on him because the Timber Chain can get cancelled out by the Cold Snap, or if they had some sort of a stun, but at the moment, I mean, Hani's a little bit too low level. Level 2 Cold Snap, well, it is very strong. It's only 3.5 seconds, so he just has to wait 3.5 seconds, and they don't have enough damage to kill him off in that time. Just from the reactive armor.
Oh, mid lane
boosting
now,
his
he's taking
armor
a
up
lot of
and...
damage. Oh, he could very well go down, just 2 more right clicks, it could have been... Oh, Era! Yes, he's taken him. Oh, big Nether Blast into the face of this, and there was a level 5 Pugna now, and... Well, he's got this bottle up, and he's gonna do a lot of damage now to the tier 1 tower in the mid lane, and... This is just Pugna being a nuisance, and... Oh, in the top lane though, No-Tail picking up the kill. And, well, Cold Snap really helping out there from Hani. Stopping the Timber Chain in their tracks. Alright, I'm missing some kills, I'm very sorry. It's just, I try to get everything up as it should be. Oh.
That's right, I'll keep a big lookout for them. I mean, mid lane again, they're going in on to Exist, but he's going to get frostbitten, taking a lot of damage. He should be good to make it away. He's hit level 6 now, so he's got that Sanity's Eclipse up. Of course, it's going to do virtually nothing to Era, since Era has got an incredibly high amount of
wow, actually top lane now, Ace taking a lot of damage. Such a late pause. But it was
actually
only
timed that
crit.
perfectly. Crit's DC'd, but if I'm not incorrect, Ace just cast that Timber Chain there, which is now level 3, and I was looking at his debuffs and buffs, and the second that Cold Snap ended, he cast that. Like, that was the exact millisecond that Cold Snap ended, he cast that Timber Chain, so he might be able to make it away.
Where is he actually Timber Chaining to? I don't have an animation for the chain.
I think over here. I would assume he's going maybe that
okay.
direction. I'm not sure, I can't see it either. Like, I just heard the sound of the Timber Chain, and it's on cooldown. Just, like...
Yeah, he's
exciting
used it
time.
right in this frame where we actually paused. It's gonna be interesting.
Where's he going? Well, he hasn't really got anywhere else to go. The big
I
wave
see
over
the
him
chain
right
now. I see the chain right here.
Oh.
It's flying out to the right side. Yeah, you're right. He wants to go to the neutrals and maybe even like force the clap from the Hellbus Smasher.
If he could do that, that'd be nice, but I don't know if there's enough units there. But still,
yeah, you're right.
I'd be worried that he'd get caught on
Maybe
this
with this
tree right next to it. Because that might be why we can't see it, as he's about to get stuck. But hey, let's Drax back in the game.
Right.
And
So place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. Is Ace gonna die? I say he... Yeah, he will. Maybe? Yeah, he will. There's Forge Spirits there, there's a Honey there. Pretty sure he's gonna die.
he's got 8 charges of reactive armor though, so that's 8 regen per second, plus his natural regen, so 9 regen per second.
Yeah.
It's pretty tanky.
Oh.
Is he gonna go? Oh!
Well... Well, okay, I have to do my camera away just because it's gonna annoy people.
Okay.
So who got DC'd?
This is kind of cool. It's like, he made it across. Is he going to make it away though? I think he should be good too. Hani does have Invoke up, so he could maybe invoke out the Sunstrike.
Yeah, that could work.
And then cast that Sunstrike. I mean, it's a level... it's only one level 1 Exort, but should be enough. 100 damage. Yeah, they can get one more second of Blade Fury off on him. That'd be a dead little ace there.
Doing the hard combat
Right.
here. I hope the Forge Spirit doesn't block
yeah.
Hani, because that would be so unfortunate. Because he's a little bit faster than his Forge Spirit. He's on 330 movement speed against 320 from the Forge Spirit. So, I'm not sure if he actually blocks himself there. But he's in the animation of attacking, isn't he? Yeah, I think he is. It's gonna be interesting.
Well,
Alright,
let's see,
Dear
go to get
Ted,
back
what
to
do you
the
say?
game.
Is Ace gonna die?
I don't know. I think what's going to happen, Forge Spirit is going to get one more hit off, No Tail's going to get one more hit off, Heine's going to invoke an Exort, Sunstrike. He's already got 3 Exorts up in fact, and Ace is going to be walking away thinking he's going home scot-free on, 50 health, and then suddenly, bam, Sunstrike to the face, and he's going to be dead.
Okay, cool.
But, Alright, but I mean, the other lanes are vaguely interesting. Naga Siren, you can see she's pulling ahead on the CS wires, 35 to 4. Next closest is, of course, Hani on 23 to 10, so Naga Siren's having a significant lead. It's 5:45 minutes into the game. And so she's 10 CS ahead already, which is, pretty good. It's, 2 CS a minute more,
I think
if I
this
can
is
math right.
nearly perfect creep score from Unicorn.
Yeah, it is. He's doing very, very well for himself. But of course, we can see the Elder Titan getting a fair amount of experience. He has died once, which was a nice pick up there. Of course, the only kill coming out for life, but still he's level 4. And Elder Titan is, I would say, a little bit dissimilar to a Timbersaw in that Elder Titan is a bit more item independent. Of course, Elder Titan does want to get up some, some items, maybe a mech if he can, drum, 4-staff, treads, all of those nice items, but he doesn't need them. His main ability in teamfights is going to be that passive, and he can just throw out the Astral Spirit. He doesn't actually need to be in the teamfights. He just has to be near enough that he can use the Astral Spirit to get the aura off and maybe an Earth Splitter or 2. So the fact that Ace is having such a hard time on top lane, I think, is a little bit more devastating for life than it is for Fnatic. But I'll have to see. I mean, it looks like Mini is going for a bit of a gank. I mean, he could be heading towards the mid lane, wanting to get a pick off here onto Fnatic Fly, or maybe we're going to be seeing the Naga Siren pushed in the lane and him coming around from behind and getting a pick off again on Trixie behind the tower. I mean, the way he's walking kind of looks like he's going that way, but I don't think he can really kill anyone in the mid lane at this point in time. He's only level 4 compared to, level 5 and level 4 in the Crystal Maiden and Pugna respectively.
Yeah. Well, for sure it's going to be interesting. Actually, Exist is doing a good job in mid lane, I have to give him that. He's on 15 for 9 against 17 for 5 from the Pugna. And of course, the main thing in this mid lane for Fnatic is not to get TS up on Era. It's obviously to get down the tower and hold the OD down so that he doesn't like snowball out of control. But he's finding the farm he kind of needs. It's not perfect, of course not, but he's still finding farm, and I think he's doing okay. Honestly.
Apparently we can't hear you in
Oh,
Dota TV.
This is so interesting. I have this button on the right hand side telling me I'm actually talking. Thanks.
Yeah, I can see that too. But
Alright, cool. Yeah, hello Volvo. How about you fix that? Well, good thing a stream can hear me because my OBS tells me they can.
well,
Yeah, I just
it'd be a
fixed
bit sad if they couldn't.
it.
Volvo,
Please.
please. I can't see my own writing because it has that bug where whenever you write anything, it like goes in circles.
Yeah, I don't know how to.
I just
Maybe
scribbled over.
it's Alt. No, maybe it's Shift. No, Shift is camera. Alright, so like yesterday, some people used. Oh, nice. Let's do it. No, this is with
I'm
4
X's.
guys. What the hell? Okay, I have to
Alrighty.
chat that.
Okay, so Ace, does he live or does he die? Do.
Find out soon. Yeah. So. Well, the good
I
thing
love
is
these
he has
long
boots.
pauses at the start of games. He does have boots,
That's good.
and he's faster than Hani. Not No-Tail though. No-Tail might be a speedy little guy and chase after him. And No-Tail does have enough mana for another spin if he can get up to
Yeah, he
Ace's behind. But he probably won't be able to because Ace is just going to be able to run away like Timbersaw the OP
thing is-
hero that he is.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna run like this way and then just timber chain like down here. Because there's trees right here and that should work, kinda-ish. And it's level 3 timber chain, so
Yeah,
it's
I've
only
seen it
level 4.
before.
It's got such a high range and only 4 seconds cooldown.
It is a ridiculously overpowered spell. And I hate everyone who picks Timbersaw ever.
Alright, cool. Turn on
I
closed
want to know what
captioning.
Minnie's doing.
Wait a second.
What are you doing, Minnie?
Wait, I have to turn on closed captioning. Where is it? Captioning.
Why do you...
Because chat demands
do you
it. No,
chat-
it's hilarious with Timbersaw because he's so freaking crazy. Where is it? Maybe in controls, spectator or something? No, this is controls. I don't know where it is.
Oh, he's GC'd again.
I had it once. Ah, it's in the audio, of course. Captioning. Okay, cool.
Okay.
And crit, poor guy. Also, after this game, I have to restart my computer. I think there's some issue I have to take care of.
Perfect. Well, what else can we talk about? Alright, so Fnatic. Well, that's exciting. I would have thought they'd practice it a couple of times, probably in pubs though. Anyway, so Life. They've got Unicorn, of course, on the Nagasara, late game I think is going to be Life's, unless Fnatic get up a massive amount of farm on Tahani and the Pugna. I mean, we have seen Pugners go for a carry build before. I'm not saying Arrow will do this, but a Pugna with an Argonim Scepter, you know, a Hex, a BKB, is quite terrifying. Because he can just spam out his ult and just deals massive amounts of damage, and you can't kill him unless you have, you know, a lot of dedicated stuns. And of course, Life doesn't have that many stuns, really. They've got the Leshrac, they've got the Nyx Assassin, and they've got the Outworld Devourer with the Astral Imprisonment, but other than that, they don't have many stuns, really. And I mean, Outworld Devourer most likely is going to go for a Hex, of course. But Naga isn't going to get a Hex. I can't imagine Leshrac's going to farm up a Hex, nor will Meanie on the Nyx Assassin. And Timbersaw typically has other items to go for, you know, like the Bloodstone, and then, you know, Shiva or other kind of tanky-based items to be the Initiation Power, Blade Mail, something like that. So, I don't know, I think if, you know, if the game does drag late, while Life should have a bit of an advantage, if Era does decide to go for more carry-esque style Pugna items, the game could still be viable for Fnatic, but it does feel a little bit like the pressure is going to be on for Fnatic. And they really have a strong push lineup. You know, with Honey going for the X-Ward as well as the Quas, he can get up those Forged Spirits, of course, Era with the Pugna Blast, and then that healing ward from the Juggernaut, get down on the ladder towers like you're talking about by around about the 20 to 25 minute mark, go into the Roshan, get the Aegis, and then I would say put the Aegis either onto Era or on Honey, and then just use them to kind of auto-attack the tower down. The tier 3s.
Yeah. Well, interesting to note, there was a 1.5k gold lead for live. I think that's not right or something. Maybe it's because I DC'd or something. And of course experience as well. Interesting. I don't know. Well, fact of the matter is Ace got it high or not? Alright, no, so finally my sound is actually gone from the spin, so which is kinda cool. So I can keep the camera there without annoying anyone. Some more people are pretending they are disconnecting as well. Let's check pings. Ping! Everyone is kind of fine. Oh, actually, are we in Luxembourg? Because the pings are kind of high.
I don't know, I'm in Australia, bro.
Oh yeah, you are. 472. It's... or maybe you're in Stockholm or something, because Unicorn has a good ping. Unicorn is Danish. Mini has a good ping. He's Swedish. I don't know. I don't get it.
This game is emotionally painful. It's like, how much can you talk about at 5 minutes into the game? Oh man, the poor players, they can't move the camera away, can they?
Oh, this
They're
is so... wait.
stuck.
I can tell him.
You don't have to tell them anything. I think they're just joking around. But that's hilarious.
If someone of those kids would put me in friend list, I could tell them in private, but no. I'm not famous enough. Alright. So, we're gonna have to keep up some downtime stuff here. It's, let's say, interesting. What do we have? We have net worth 2.7k for the Naga Siren, 2.2 as well as 1.9 for the next two guys in Fnatic. Wow, actually Mini is kind of farmed. How did Mini get so much from? Oh, he pulled like a madman, right?
He's just been... Yeah, he's just been pulling, and didn't he get the first part, the kill? Oh no, he didn't get a kill, ignore me.
Most played.
What are the top 5 most
Most
players?
played is horrid. Because the good ones are always banned out.
It's banned out, yeah. Like, I would guess Outworld, Zavara, Crystal Maiden, possibly Invoke. Oh, wait, is this in... He didn't say if it's a pro game. Is it pro games or pubs? Because pubs,
Pro games.
like...
Oh, we're going top lane, top lane, top lane. Ace! Ace, he's running! He's running! He's running! He's got 80 HP, he's got 80 HP, it's gonna be fine. He's simultaneing to the low ground. Oh, he's stuck! No, he's stuck!
Oh, no. After all that, he gets stuck in the trees. He must be wanting to kill himself. As in, like, he waited, like, 30 minutes with that noise just to do that. That's hilarious.
Damn. Imagine you're playing a Juggernaut in a tournament game in the finals. You're having a pause of 80,000 minutes. You don't know if you die or not. And somehow, some way. Ah, Jesus Christ. But that's... I don't know. Well, mid lane exists, actually. Oh, there's gonna be a big turnaround here. Era is in a lot of trouble. He's getting stunned out. He's getting stunned twice!
What a stun!
Big ultimate, actually. And, well, Era's gonna
That was a
take a
huge
full
stun by
fly
Mini.
now. In a bit of trouble as well, but...
Oh, crit.
Oh, where is he?
He was just considering diving. That was a beautiful stun by Mini. Unfortunately, they didn't clean up on the Crystal Maiden, but still, that was really, really well done. But yeah, score 2 to 3 now, going the way of Fnatic, and this top tower has gone down. Honestly, I was expecting for Life to start pushing a little bit earlier, but I suppose they want to secure a bit more farm onto Unicorn. But still, drums have been picked up onto the Naga Siren now, and this does mean that they do have a little bit more pushing ability. Of course, at the same time, Notel has picked up his mana boot, so he's got level 6, he's got the Omni Slash, he's going to not run out of mana for that Blade Fury, and I think they want to go in and just take down Exist. No reliable stuns also onto to Life, so this is going to be all on crit. Can he hit the stun and save the life of
they're betting
Exist?
so hard. Now they want to go. Exist is in a bit of trouble, and Notel is not finding the spin right there. Does he have his level 6? Yes, he does. So they could very well still just dive everything. Oh, crit, you're in a bit of trouble, mister, if you're going forward here. And of course the healing ward's gonna help push. You've got a nether ward as well, and... Ward Gaming Dota coming out from Fnatic, and this double ward play is actually kind of sweet. You have so much push, and you're getting healed, and you're getting your creeps healed. It's kind of like with the lone druid, but even more annoying, I would say.
It's very, very annoying, but still another tower down for Fnatic now. They're getting that map control, and that's what they need to be doing, and the lack of defense coming out from Life is a bit scary for, I suppose, their own ability to drag this to the late game. If they end up with no towers, the ability for Unicorn to farm up is going to be, greatly negated. And of course, we can see them now coming down to that bot lane. Pugna's picked up a haster and he's got his treads, going to be flying out the courier soon. And I mean, even Fly, for a Crystal Maiden, she's pretty rich. She's got up her Tranquil boots and another 500 gold in the bank. So, I mean, with these towers coming out from Fnatic, even, the supports are going to be quite farmed. And chasing down Mini there, but he's got his arcane boots up as well. And I mean, meanwhile, while there's 4 heroes for the side of Fnatic pushing, Hani is still just farming in the top lane. And I don't know if this Outworld Devourer pickup is going to be the the best choice for Life, since Outworld Devourer doesn't add too much to teamfights in the early game stages. In the late game, definitely, but in the early game, he doesn't hit that hard. He had such a hard time in the mid lane as well. He really got shut down quite effectively that he's got virtually no items up, and this does mean that Fnatic just can have free reign of pushing down all these outer towers with not much defense from Life.
Yeah, the thing is, if Fnatic actually wants to commit, they're gonna face 5 guys in this bottom tier 1 tower actually, because Exist has his TP up, there's 4 guys waiting here, and, well, Unicorn, he's got his Song of the Siren up, and he can initiate with it, no problem at all, and, well, we're gonna see if anything happens there. Of course, there's still the tier 1 on the bottom lane up for Fnatic, so oh, maybe we're gonna go right now. No-till? No, he's fine for the time being. But my point is, of course, if Voker actually wants to TP in, he's gonna be a bit late to the party. You can always just Sunstrike, but there's no tier 1 tower he can actually push. There's only tier 2, and yes, he can push kind of fast, but he's not level 9 yet, so he doesn't, and he actually needs level 10 for the double Forge Spirit, so I'm not too sure what Fnatic is trying to accomplish here. Maybe just slow pushing the tower, but they can't really get the Nether Blast off because it's so risky to do.
Well, that's all they need to do though, is, I mean, Heine's getting free farm. Exist is catching up on farm, but primarily Life need farm onto that Nagasara, and she needs to get that Radiance up, and she can't leave bot lane. If she leaves bot lane, they're going to be losing this tower. We can see already just from the pushing ability of Fnatic, they get into this tower, healing wards drop down, No-Tail's just tanking it, and, I mean, Life are feeling forced to go in, but it's very hard. They've got the Nether ward and they've got the healing ward, so 2 wards just forcing Life to play very safe. And Harney is going a little bit more risky on the top lane and heading towards the tier 2 as well, so it looks like Live are just going to be forced to give up this tier 1 and defend the outer
now he's
towers.
forcing a TP, and oh no, Mini, you're in a bit of trouble, and just a casual Omni Slash to finish up the deal. And this is exactly where this split push shenanigans just really paid off. Harney tipping down to the bot lane, he's got his trademark BOTs, he's got his Midas up, and he's looking very fine in this game. And well, just a few Forge Spirit to get down this tower, and now it's 3 towers down for the side of Fnatic, and it looks like Life just wants to... Oh no, a Sunstrike onto crit! Wow, so close. 18 HP left. He has to get down and run away ASAP. Are they gonna chase him? No, he's just TPing away. So close call there.
That was a very, very close really. But yeah, Fnatic are just playing this very well for the lineup at the moment, and we can see Unicorn, 11 minutes into the game, he's only got 1.4k gold, which, I mean, is a substantial amount of gold, and oh, actually, he could be in a lot of trouble. He's running towards Hani. Hani does have double Forge Spirits up. Oh, Fly did back off just then, and it looks like Fnatic just going in for the Roshan. They can take it very easily with the healing ward, as well as if Hani decides to join with a cold snap and the Forge Spirits, and it should be a very easy Roshan for them. There's no real ability for Life at this point to fight. Life have got a nice ganking lineup, and they do have good kind of mid-game teamfight ability, but it's still a little bit too early into the game for them to really start taking teamfights effectively. They really need the Radiance up onto Nagasaran so she can be pushing the lanes while also helping out in teamfights if she needs to with the Song of the Siren. And they also need, I mean, anything on Exist. I think he's going for a Midas pickup, given that they are dragging this game to the late game. But, I mean, I don't really know if this Midas is even going to become effective, and
well, No-Tail.
Big TP by No-Tail.
And he's got the Omni Slash
no.
up in 30 seconds, so maybe he's just toying around with him. Oh, a Mini, is he gonna find the sun? No, he
Mini,
doesn't. Smart play.
His ult, he's just cast it, so if anyone comes forward, he could go in. It looks like he's going to go for Hani. He will be able to get that Vendetta hit off, trying to aim the stun, but Hani's doing a really good job of juking around. Those boots of truffle making him very speedy. Now Mini is going to get cold snapped. He pops the Spike Carapace and should be good to make it away. No-Tail has got his ultimate back up in 8 seconds, and Mini looks like he's going to be the target of choice. They need Exist to kind of stick around to get that Astral Imprisonment off, but in comes the Tornado, and it looks like, are they going to abandon him? Oh, Mini will be able to get a stun off onto Fly. He's running up in towards the enemy, just leading them away from his team. He's taken one for the team, and he is going to be going down. Now score is 2-5 in favour of Fnatic, and this could be the death of the tier 2 tower as well.
Yeah, there's such incredible pushing like that, and of course, this is exactly how Fnatic have to play this out. They have to limit the Naga Siren from farming the whole map. They have to limit her from pretty much farming anything. If you've got a BOT Invoker who's farmed as hell, just like Hani is, it's gonna be so hard to just farm all the lanes at the same time, and we see the tower just dropping very fast here. The glyph is being forced out, and it's now of course on cooldown for another 5 minutes, and well, Pimpmuckl tries to do anything, but No-Tail is just abusing his healing ward way too good, and everyone is so high level and so farmed as well. Wow, looking at the gold, it's actually 7.5k in the favor of Fnatic. Oh, mid lane, maybe Crit is in a bit of trouble? No, he's fine. And of course experience, only 2k, wow, I would have thought it would be more.
Oh, well, actually, we will see Mini maybe going to be getting scattered out. Do they have any detection? They do have sentries up on Fly, but it looks like it should be okay. Hani just running around wanting to use that Midas on something, but Apple Devour is there. Exist will just get off a trap, and Mini, his ultimate's worn off, he's used the stun, but he's forced to back out, and Fnatic won't be finding a kill. Though they could be finding a tower. It looks like they want to just keep committing. I mean, Trixie wasn't even in that last team fight. He was just, well, I suppose last push, he was just farming the bot lane, but he's going to be walking over to join his team now. He's got his earn up, he's got 2k gold in the bank, and he feels ready to help out. And yeah, it looks like Fnatic, Necronomicon is going to be the pickup for Hani, so they really are just going all out early game aggression, getting those towers down and finishing the game before Life can get the farm they wanted to get onto Unicorn or onto that Owl Devourer.
Now Mini with a nice stun onto Fly, only hitting one. Oh, what a nice ultimate from No-Tail, just picking up one. Now he's just going very aggressive into the base. It's 15 minutes in, and Exist has to run away. Oh, he's getting up the Astral, but Hani is here as well with a cold snap just to finish up the deal. But he's now completely out of mana. He's got the Aegis, he can go down, no problem at all. Now Unicorn just heaping in. He wants to do something, but he can't find the opening. He kind of needs... Everyone on the side of Fnatic is kind of low.
Damage.
Yeah, but still, they have a healing ward up in 5 seconds. And then, well... What you gonna do? You're gonna just go in and be all healed up, and Fnatic's gonna take a tower or something, or at least some damage on him. Nope.
Well, they've got the tier 2, and now they're gonna head to bot lane and get the second tier 2. And I mean, this is all they need to do. This is one reason why I'm not a fan of the Owl Devourer as a mid lane hero. He's one of those heroes, kind of like a Broodmother, where you win the lane, but sometimes you lose the game. And I think Method's left the game now, but the majority of the time I see an Owl Devourer picked up, you need to kind of draft according to him, because he really just doesn't add too much to team fights in the early game stages. His ultimate does massive amounts of damage, but if you don't absolutely dominate your lane, I mean, most of the times I see him at least, he does tend to just get out pushed, because everyone just takes early game aggression, brings the fight to him, and he just can't respond well enough. And I mean, Fnatic now, they've still got the Aegis up for another 2 or so minutes. They've got 2 Necronomicons up, Crystal Maiden soon to be bringing them a third, and probably Pugna, sorry, four Necronomicons up in the not too distant future. And I think this is just going to be a slow siege to get the racks down. Life just don't have the ability to defend effectively.
Yeah, and it's so hard to play against this. It's just, I mean, Hani got so much ROM on this top easy lane. He's got his Midas up at an insane time. He's got the Aegis, he's got Necrobook. Wow, is he farmed? He's got 4 creeps to his disposal. It's insane. And then there's a healing ward from the Super Juggernaut, who's just got a mech. Well, I don't know, you have so much team fight. It's pretty crazy. Good thing is, maybe Min is in a bit of trouble. Oh, big disengaged Oda now here, coming out from Unicorn, and No-Tail. No-Tail's maybe getting caught. Now Mini for a 4-man stun. He's doing it. He's trying his. He's getting 3. Great ultimate from the output Duvura, but not too much damage right now. Only 2 guys dying on the side of Fnatic. Now the Omni Slash just picking up 1. Is it gonna be 2? Can No-Tail find the other kill? It's 3. No, actually, it's gonna be Hani picking up another kill now. Crit, he's on the run. He needs to get away somehow, some way, but he's... Well, I don't know, he's in the middle of nowhere. It's all, of course, it's base, but still. Looks like Fnatic is just occupying everything. Nice down onto Hani, but not gonna help him at all. Era is now finally taking a fall. They are diving
No-Tail, who's the last one
from
there. He's
this
just like hitting the racks.
freaking part into the whole freaking base. 17 minutes in. What are we
Oh,
watching?
they can. There's
Oh,
just... Oh,
Sunstrike?
Sunstrike, Sunstrike! Oh. Nicely done, Hani. I love that he's on the run from Ace and he still managed to do that. And in fact, I think they want to turn this around possibly. I mean, even with Hani just there, he's still got the Aegis. He's got his Necro book up, and I think he's going to be happy
have
just
to
to
be
take
very
this
careful.
tower. And Fnatic is
Net? Oh, is it going to be enough to unicorn?
20 seconds.
So close.
He's going to be fine. Necro book 3 picked up on Pugna. There's just no way that Life can defend this. I mean, unless Fnatic like start diving the fountain and Suicide is 5.
Well, they try to.
Even if Marga gets up, the Radiant, it's not going to be enough. Necronomicon illusions are very, very tanky, especially those Necro Book 3 illusions. They're just terrifying, and they have no way to take them down. I mean, who's going to kill the Necro 3 summons? They've got a Necro 3 on Pugna, Necro 1 on Crystal Maiden, Necro 1 on the Elder Titan, I believe, yep, and Necro 3 on Tahani. This is just mean of Fnatic.
What the hell?
Dire's middle tower is under
Casual 5 Necrobook strat coming out from Fnatic, and now they're making a push on the Rex. Finally, they kind of decide it's an objective-based game. You need to take down the Rex and get down the T4s in order to win the game, and of course the throne. But well, looks like Team Life wants to make a last stand. Is it gonna be this middle tier 3 tower? They're gonna make the stand there, but still, there's a Necrobook still out for 10 seconds, so can they really engage there? I'm not sure. Mech being used, big stun onto Trixie. Nice damage coming out, but still, it's not the end of the world right now. Ooh, big Nether Ward blast onto Mini now. He's taking a bit of damage, and Notel just spinning very casually. Oh, Sunstrike. Oh my god, he's really nading the Sunstrike there. Now big ultimate coming out from Notel. He's finding them. Now he's getting actually imprisoned up. What is his team doing? They're taking down the Rex, and looks like Notel's been... Oh no, Crit actually missed the stun. Very unfortunate here. Big Meteor coming out onto Ace, and Ace just getting dropped right there. Now Mini... Mini, he's forced to use a Vendetta now. He's passive. Oh, no, actually, it's gonna be Unicorn going down on the top side of these Rexes. Holy crap, so much damage coming out from Fnatic. No buyback so far, or was there? Yeah, there was a buyback onto Mini, actually, and just some more buybacks as well as diebacks, I assume. It's gonna be now Mini going down. They're diving the fountain. They don't even care. 20 minutes in. Notel should die from this. Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. No, he's not. This is so mean. This is so freaking... Oh! There you go. Exist takes on Notel and... Oh. Hani Invoker. You don't give him that. You just don't.
Yeah, I mean, Fnatic drafted this really well given the lineup coming out from Life. They picked the Nagasaran carry from Unicorn, possibly they saw the game yesterday, and yeah, they just went for